So what we wanted you to do now is, again, it's another kind of short group, so kind of 4 groups of 4, to go through and think about who's kind of familiar with the concept of an elevator pitch. No? Cool. So the concept is, you're doing whatever it is you're doing, working, and you get into a lift, and you meet someone in that lift that you want to kind of partner with or sell something to, or kind of get to kind of buy into the concept of what you're doing. And so you've got the lift journey to kind of get your concept across. How long is the lift journey? It's, if it's 2 minutes, that's quite a long lift journey, right? So you've got a very short period of time, and it's that kind of elevator pitch. And perhaps there's a couple of examples of kind of situations I want you guys to think about. But it's kind of thinking about kind of what's our call to action, what's kind of that core message that perhaps we can use. And hopefully you're going to be doing a little bit more than just standing in lifts with people. But it's just thinking about kind of what's the core message, what's it boiled down to, what's kind of the nitty-gritty of this whole thing. And James spoke about telesales, and this isn't no one's going to be doing telesales. We're not kind of looking for people to kind of do cold calling, selling anything. We're not kind of actively selling, but the same concepts apply. Like everyone we speak to, we want to kind of buy into the brand and buy into the concept of Student Beats. We're not asking them to kind of part with any hard-earned cash or anything. It's free to sign up, free to use the site. But we're still trying to get them to buy into the concept of kind of what we're doing, and get students to understand kind of the key benefits of the service. It's going to save them money. It's free. It's useful. So when you're meeting with a student newspaper or trying to get them to kind of include an article, you're trying to give a student a flyer and tell them to go sign up to the website. The same principles apply. So if we can break into those 4 groups. And then there's 4 situations. So whether you use the same groups or different ones, it's not massively important. But I'm going to do lecture shout to economics and politics students, canteen shout out to halls of residents. You're going to meet the Snow Ski Club, and you're going to have a meeting with the career service, which is an interesting one to think about. Is anyone not familiar with anything that? Do you understand what I mean by lecture shout out or canteen shout out? So in a very basic lecture shout, before the lecture starts, or just after it's about to finish, it's 2 minutes at the beginning to stand at the front and give your pitch. That's the concept. Cool. So we want you just to think about kind of what you would say, what kind of your key messages, and you just got a couple of minutes to think about it, and just in particular, not necessarily come up and do the pitch, but think about what the key message is, what's the product, what's the hook you're going to use, how you can kind of sell to that audience to kind of get them to buy into Student Beats. Does that make sense? Great. Okay, so a couple of minutes. So I'm going to start at the other side. Rachel, Camillo, and your team, do you want to kick off and just someone can stand up and brief us on the conversation you had?
We were just thinking short.
Stand up. All right, see your face and heat.
Hi. Well, we were just thinking short and snappy. With the economics and politics, well, especially the economics, we were thinking dragging them into sort of economic vouchers like for food and stuff. Or apparently there is a offer currently for the what's the Economist?
The Economist.
Economist, yes, magazine, and it's a really good deal. And so if you just stood up and you said something about how we should just what was the sentence?
Like whatever that means, and
yeah.
they don't have to go to anything.
Yeah, so who wants to go out to 2 for 1 tonight? If you do, log on here. So it's just short and sweet, and it's kind of engaging. So.
Cool.
Along similar lines, really, because it's catered. Obviously, not many people will be liking the food that they're eating. So you can just say, are you actually enjoying your food? If not, why don't you use the Student Beans discount, which can get you 25% off Domino's, something like that. Or we could use Better Italia and target couples as well, like girlfriends and boyfriends.
We were saying make boyfriends feel bad by going to girls. When was the last time your boyfriend took you out? Well, you can do it for half price. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
This ski club, and we just came up with, after a long day on the slopes, warm up with 25% off at Chiquito's, or organising your next social, try 40% off at Alton Towers, all those deals that I've got, and then keep up to date with your sport on the news section or the reviews that I have on there.
Great. Yeah. And with that, I was hoping someone you'd come up with the Alton Towers one. We had lots of clubs and societies booking 40% off Alton Towers. That's a good one to use. Cool. and the career service. Now this was a bit of a challenging one. It's very different. And the first question to me was, why would we want to talk to the career service? Anyone got any thoughts?
Because don't you have that thing for like interview tips and stuff?
The job section.
Job
yeah,
section.
there's a student job section. Yeah, so
Yeah, so obviously we need to focus on the job section. Mention how there's different, loads of different types of jobs. We've got all the agencies on there, which which you can go to and stuff. Probably like mention to them how it's like the leading website for marketing students, kind of show them that it's reputable, because they're not going to, obviously, apparently they've got all the email addresses for everyone at the uni, so they're going to want to trust in the company if they're going to send it out and stuff like that. Perhaps mention the CBM programme, because next year it'll be happening, so might want to look for jobs for students and stuff like that.
cool. And yeah, just like a little bit on that, it's like great to talk to the career service, particularly around kind of helping us recruit campus brand managers next year. They are one of the very few departments, there's often only like 1 or 2 departments in the whole university that will have access to every single student's email address. So you can get the career service to send an email out to you you're on tour with. And they're probably not going to do it about 2 final meals, but they can do it for the find a student job or something else, then that would be great. So yeah, there's definitely opportunities with the career service too. Cool. Okay, let's move on. So, this is kind of something that we've kind of already touched on, and we're going to kind of wrap through fairly quickly to kind of move on. Kind of features and benefits. So when asked about like, what makes a great advert, I think it was, as Emma kind of mentioned, focusing on like something unique selling point. It kind of comes down to kind of features and benefits, and all these conversations that you've mentioned, whether it's a reputable company or kind of this is the hook, this is the product you can get. You're kind of focusing on the benefits. Now, quite often people can get into like becoming quite descriptive suddenly, talking about like describing the website, which perhaps isn't always the best kind of thing to actually get them to go and kind of sign up there. And just kind of differentiating between kind of features or benefits, which often can be very, very kind of similar, but kind of focusing on the benefits. Does that make sense? Yeah. So who can think of an example of what might be like a feature of the website, something that it has, but then like how you put that and like sell it as a benefit?
Album reviews feature.
Yeah.
The benefit is you could say before going out and spending £9 on an album, like read the review and then see if you should like it or not.
Sounds good. Fairly straightforward, yeah? Anything else? Any other, like, another couple of examples?
With the careers ones, instead of just saying, oh, they advertise jobs, you can say, they advertise jobs that are relevant to you, so you can build up a CV when you graduate.
Yeah, definitely, like building up a CV, like that's the benefit. Like the feature is it's got jobs, the benefit's like the CV, like, definitely, yeah.
And instead of saying it has housing advice, say don't get scandal greenhouses.
Yeah.
Use
cool. So it's kind of fairly straightforward. It's just something kind of useful to bear in mind whether you're writing an article, having a conversation, kind of thinking about tailoring the message to who you're talking to, and kind of pushing those benefits, because that's what's going to get them to say, oh yeah, this is something interesting, I should listen. Yes, going to pull them in, make them kind of listen to what we're saying. Just going to say, you print matches off the website. Okay, great. For what? But the benefit is perhaps it's free to use. You don't need to spend £11 on a card where you can't remember where you use it. Discounts on national claims. Yeah, it does. Which means all those places that you really know and love, all the high street branches, like you can save money there. That is important. James touched on a couple of bits around this kind of area as well. Like having to get people to say no 3 times. I'm not necessarily suggesting that you follow some like crazy telesale process where you have to get people to say like no, please go away 3 times. Like I trust you guys to be able to kind of make a decision of who's annoyed with you and who's interested in what you're saying. But in terms of kind of objection handling, like we always try to do things right. We always try to start off on the best foot and kind of push the right benefits that they're going to be interested in, that's going to catch their attention. Go, oh yeah, please do that. Please send me some information so I can email out to the department. Please come and talk to our society, or yeah, please do. I will take that flyer. I'll go and check it out. That's interesting. But that doesn't always happen first time. So, what objections do you think you might have when asking if you do a lecture? Asking departments to email the students, giving a student a flyer, or explaining to a group of students why they should register. So if we can mix the groups up a bit, like different people. Can we have another 4 groups of 4, and we're going to go through and have a think about these? I tell you what, if you come, move into groups, if you can move around a bit, and then I'll kind of hand it. Okay, guys, at the end.
Be a little bit.
Time's up, I'm afraid. You'll be pleased to know we're kind of coming up to a break, so we get to stretch your legs, get a drink and sack. If we can just kind of stay a little bit focused for the next 5-10 minutes. So, if we can feedback, let's start around this, go in the middle. Do you guys want to go? So you had asked me to do
No, we had student fire.
Student fire, okay, great.